Hey there guys, welcome back to BackPocketGameReviews, and it's actually kind of nighttime and I'm in my garage, but I decided I was going to film some videos and let my wife edit them because I've been editing everything on my phone. So I'm actually using my Canon G7X, so the audio might be a little different than it usually is. However, what is this video specifically about? Well, this guy and this guy, which is a pistol, now have something in common. You might ask, what the hell do your 9mm pistol and a 12 gauge pump action shotgun have in common? Well, you might be correct if you guess that they're both now capable of being sidearms in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So when I first read the article about that they're both now possibly going to be sidearms, there was a slight bit of me that was like, but what do you mean a shotgun is a sidearm? Because I've been so conditioned through video games through all these years to consider a shotgun as a main weapon. However, if you play a game like Halo, shotgun could be a sidearm, it could be whichever one you want it to be. And there's been other games that have actually put shotguns as secondary weapons. So you can actually play Rainbow Six Siege. Mira and Jackal both have shotguns as secondary weapons. I believe there are a couple others as well, but those are the two that I play and I know have shotguns as secondary weapons. So I'm actually not as mad about this as I thought I was going to be. I actually think it's a fantastic idea, and part of the reason why I think this is, well, a shotgun really isn't a primary weapon. I mean, granted, depending on your circumstance, I mean, you have certain purposes where a shotgun really kind of comes into play, but it is a very close quarters weapon. If you're not on a close quarters map, sometimes you would prefer to have a shotgun. Just like a pistol typically isn't considered a close quarters weapon, but it's a video game. Sometimes you might use a pistol to sink a sick headshot from really far away. There are times in Battlefield 1 where I love to run around with a 1911 as the weapon I'm choosing to use for that match, but to be honest, would I do that in real life? Probably not. It's really not going to replace a rifle, unless we're depending on certain circumstances. So really any weapon could be a primary and any weapon could be a secondary. It all kind of depends on where your mindset is going to be. It all kind of depends on what kind of strategy you're going to choose to use. So if I'm choosing to use closer quarters and trying to keep my enemy at a closer bay, I might pick something like a shotgun. Like, let's say the map is big enough and we're in an indoor section, I might opt to use a shotgun over using something like an M4. So it really isn't that weird when you think about it, and even in most modern day things, unless you're watching like a zombie movie, you typically don't tend to see a shotgun as a primary weapon. I mean, it is what it is. I guess if like you're out and you have like some country land, then maybe your shotgun is like your go-to thing, especially if you got to take care of some coyotes. But you know, it's a shotgun. This guy's designed for close quarters. This is designed for like defensive purposes in that particular situation. It's also technically kind of more or less the gun that really won the West. I get it, a lot of people like to credit revolvers, but shotguns at the time, and they were a lot more superior to what a revolver was. Now, specifically with something like this too, like pump action is kind of what you're probably gonna see a lot of in Black Ops. Depending on what type of round is loaded into it, I mean, if you got a slug in there, you can get some pretty good distance with a shotgun. There are people that go deer hunting with shotguns. That isn't uncommon. That's usually they use what's called buckshot. There's double-aught buckshot, there's birdshot. It depends on what they're loading it with. So different shotguns might serve different purposes, but you can still also have a shotgun as a primary. That's something they're going to allow you to do, and you'll be able to customize that with chokes and all these different things that you're going to be able to put onto this weapon. So, the second I read the article, I was sitting there, I was like, I'm going to bitch about this. It's going to happen. I am so not happy that they are doing this. And then I kind of thought about it on my drive to work, and I was like, it makes a lot more sense, and there's a lot of other games that do it. So good on you, Call of Duty, but that still doesn't change up that you're still using the same boring ass gameplay that you have been for how many games now? That's right, quite a few. It's literally, there's very little that changes, and when I say gameplay, I don't mean like all of a sudden kill streaks are slightly different, or now you can earn kill streaks differently. I mean like gameplay is in, you're still pretty much putting out the same game. Sort of like how Madden could really just do DLC updates every year to change the roster. But nope, it warrants a whole new game every single year. I eventually think yearly releases are gonna die, and especially if Call of Duty does a whole season pass this year, I think they're gonna get a lot of backlash, especially if they do a season pass and loot boxes! Yay! Everyone's favorite thing! Well guys, though, I would love to know what your thoughts are about shotguns being a primary weapon down in the description box down below. But now, you can take aim and use first, primary, and secondary however you want, essentially, is what it sounds like. Except for with a pistol. Apparently you still can't assign that as a prime. Well, probably you can. I don't know, we'll find out when Call of Duty comes out, or when I get more information about this. But let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Also, if you want to follow me anywhere else, you can find all that stuff in the description box. Also, you can see my merchandise now on my Teespring shelf right down below. But guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna have plenty more content for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you all around.